Hi, I'm Mike from 1A Auto. We've been selling auto parts for over 30 years.
Use a 5mm Allen key to remove the plastic engine cover. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts holding it on. Lift that off and put it aside. So unplug the coils, pushing the lock tabs, pulling off the connectors. Your PCV valve is under here. We need to move this harness out of the way so we can get to it. These are 10mm bolts. Harness is clipped into the top of the valve cover here. Pull it out, opening up the tab, feed the harness out. That will give us a bit more space to work. You don't want to pry this too hard because there's wires in here you don't want to break. I'm going to get some pliers and undo that clamp there and push the hose off before I can unscrew the PCV valve. I'm going to take some needle nose pliers, open up this clamp, push it back on the hose. I'm going to get in here and work the hose off of the PCV valve. I'm going to take a flat bladed screwdriver, try to pry the hose off. PCV valve is just plastic. Try not to break it. There it is. You can get a little cooked on there with age. Just pushed it off. Flat bladed screwdriver. I'm going to lift up this wiring harness just a tiny bit. Take a 23mm wrench. Slide it down. It fits over the PCV valve. Twist it off. Doesn't have much tension to it. It's already loose. Reach down with my fingers and continue to spin it out. Pull it out of the valve cover. There's our PCV valve. Take my new PCV valve. Lift up in this harness a bit if it helps. And we'll just thread back in. Threaded it in finger tight. I'm going to take that 23mm wrench again. Now this is a really long wrench and you can put a ton of torque on this, but you don't want to. You want to be very careful you don't break this plastic valve cover. So I'm just going to put the wrench on it and just turn it just enough to get the rubber seal that's in there to compress. It's starting to get a little bit tighter. And right there. I'll lift up this harness again, reinstall the PCV valve hose. If I can use this flat bladed screwdriver to help wedge it on once it's started on there. Okay, get that reseated. Take needle nose pliers, reinstall the clamp. PCV valve is replaced. Now reinstall the bolts that hold the top of the harness into the intake. Unfortunately, this plastic was so dried out that when we removed the bolt, it just kind of cracked the harness holder, but we'll do our best to get it in there. And I'm just gonna, as soon as it gets tight, to stop. These are just very small bolts going into an aluminum intake. No need to over tighten them. Right there. Clip it back into this little harness connector. It's on the valve cover. It's spun down, so I just have to turn it up. There, so it faces up. Push the harness back into there. We can reconnect our coils. Reinstall the engine cover. Reinstall your 4 bolts. These bolts are just going into aluminum, just holding on the plastic cover. Not a lot of torque on these. Job is complete.
Thanks for watching. Visit us at 1AAuto.com for quality auto parts, fast and free shipping, and the best customer service in the industry.